Hello grade 2s. Today is our last revision lesson for this week. We're going to start off with word problems. So what are word problems all about? When we do word problems, we need to read the question carefully. We need to understand what we are reading. The best way to do this is to read the question 3 times at least or more. We need to look for the numbers. And we need to look what we are going to be doing. Are we going to plus? Are we going to minus? Are we putting it into groups? Are we sharing? What are we doing? And we need to remember to write a sum or draw a picture. Okay, you're allowed to draw a picture, you will get a mark. Okay, try and write the sum, but if not, a picture is fine. So I know you can do it. Let's try one. We must also remember the cub method. So cub, this word here, we put it underneath each other. So C stands for circle the important numbers. A, underline the question. And B, box key words. So let's read this 3 times. Flavio has 12 books. His mother gives him 5 more and his sister gives him another 8. How many books does he have now? That was number 1. Now we're going to read it another time. Flavio has 12 books. His mother gives him 5 more and his sister gives him another 8. How many books does he have now? Now while I'm reading it the 3rd time, I'm going to think about this cub method. Flavio has 12 books. There's the one number. His mother gives him 5 more. There's another number. His sister gives him another 8. There's another number. How many books does he have now? So let me go back and circle my important numbers. There's the number 12. There's a 5. And there's an 8. Now we have to underline the question. So the question's here at the bottom. How many books does he have now? And we're going to box the key words. His mother gives, not takes away, gives him 5 more. And his sister gives him another 8. Okay, so all these words tell me that I'm going to plus, I'm going to add. So we take our numbers 12 plus 5 plus 8. Okay, now we just have to work out the answer. So what's the answer? 25. Very good. And what are we talking about? We're talking about books. So we need to write the word books. 25 books. Okay. Now I'd like you to pause the video and try this one, and then you can come back and we'll do the answer together. Okay, so now I trust that you've read it 3 times, you've applied the cub method, and you have your answer. Let's see. Mrs. Isaacs has 24 pencils in her pencil bag. She drops 11 of them on the ground. How many pencils are left in her pencil bag? Okay, so our important numbers, 24, and she drops them, so they go away. So we can't plus, we have to minus the 11. And what is the answer? 13. 13 what? Pencils. Well done. Give yourself a nice tick if you got it right. Okay, now you're going to try some in your booklet alone. Our next concept is big to small and small to big. So you can see here with the oranges and the glasses, they've been arranged from the biggest one to the smallest one, and the same here from the biggest one to the smallest one. So what do you need to do? Just what it says. We arrange the numbers from biggest to smallest or smallest to biggest. Remember to read carefully what the instruction says. Sometimes we read too quickly, and then instead of arranging it from smallest to biggest like they ask us, we do it the other way around. So here it says arrange the numbers from smallest to biggest. Okay, so I'm going to go have a look at my numbers. What is the smallest number here? Number 14, right? Write it down and cross it out so I know I can't use it again. Okay, what's the next smallest number? 25, yes. So I cross it out and I write it down. Now look at my numbers that are left. What's the next one? 45, yes. Okay, so now next one, 46. Then 54. Now it gets a bit easier because you only have 3 numbers left. 64. Then we have 65. And I only have 1 left. 76. Okay, we must remember when we're doing this not to rush, because that's when we make mistakes sometimes, when we rush. Okay, now it says arrange the numbers from biggest to smallest. So now I need to go find my biggest one first. What's my biggest one? 83, yes. Okay, next one, 79. Then 38. Then 23. 21. 19. 18. And I only have 1 left. 8. There we go. Okay, now it's your turn. So again, pause the video. Go write these down in your book or on a scrap paper. And come back and we'll do the answers together. Okay, let's see how you did. So I hope you read carefully. Arrange the numbers from biggest to smallest. So my biggest number, 82. Then we had 80. 74. 47. 42. 27. 20 and 14. There we go. Now remember, you're only going to get 1 mark for this whole line. So if there's 1 number wrong, then you don't get your mark. So go back and just check that you are correct. If you got it right, well done. Give yourself a tick. Right, next one. Arrange the numbers from smallest to biggest. So now I've got to look for the smallest one, which was 16. Then 18. 22. 45. 54. 60. 61. And I only have 1 left. 62. There we go. Well done. Give yourself a tick. Okay, and that is biggest to smallest. Now, our last concept is mass. Can you remember what mass is? Mass is how heavy or light an object is, how much it weighs. So objects can be measured in grams, those are for light objects, and kilograms are for heavy objects. So let's have a look here. Which one is heavier? A feather or a bird? What do you think? Yes, that's right. Of course the bird is going to be heavier than the feather. And can you take a guess? What would we measure this in? Would we measure a feather and a bird in kilograms? No, of course not. We would measure them in grams because the bird is heavier than the feather, but they are still light. Okay, which one is lighter? So we have a block of butter which weighs 500 grams, or we have a bag of flour which weighs 1 kilogram. So already we must know which is going to be lighter, the one in grams, because 1 kilogram is more than 500 grams. Okay, so the butter would be lighter. Next time you go to the shop, I'd like you to have a look. If you can see, you can pick anything off the shelf that you can find, and try and find out on the label if you can see how much that object weighs. Okay, grade 2s, be proud of yourself. You've worked very hard, and us grade 2 teachers are very proud of you. Bye for now.